Hello students, in complex analysis, today we will see some basics of complex integration. In real analysis, the integration is taken along the real axis, but in case of functions of complex variables, the path is along any rectifiable curve. Now what a rectifiable curve is? In very simple words, any curve of finite length is called rectifiable curve. Okay. Now we understand this term mathematically, for which first we define a partition. Now partition, let C be any curve with the equation z of t is equal to x of t plus iota by t, where a is less than or equal to t and t is less than or equal to b. And suppose we divide the interval AB into n subintervals like ztk minus 1 tk, where k varies from 1 to n. K is 1, 2, 3 up to n, such that a is equal to t0 is less than t1 is less than t2 up to tn is equal to b. Okay, means we have a function zt is equal to x of t plus iota yt, means x and y, they both are the functions of t over the closed interval ab, right? Here x, y and t, they all are real values, and we are dividing this interval ab into subintervals like this. t0 t1 is our first subinterval, then t1 t2 is another subinterval, and like this. Okay, then the set p is equal to t0 t1 t2 tn, means set of all these points is called partition of this interval ab. Okay, now next definition is norm of p. The maximum length of these subintervals is called norm of p, where norm of p is denoted by this, like this. Okay, so norm of p is equal to maximum of all these subintervals tk minus 1 tk. It is set of all subintervals and we take the maximum value of it, which is equal to norm of p, right? Now we understand this more precisely in terms of rectifiable curve. Like suppose it is a curve C. It is A, it is B. Okay, A is equal to T0, right? And corresponding to this T0, we have a point Z0 on this curve. Similarly, corresponding to T1, we have a point Z1 on this curve. Corresponding to T2, we have a point Z2 on this curve. Similarly, Zk minus 1, Zk, Zn minus 1, Zn, so on. Okay. Now what we do, we join these points Z0, Z1, Z2 by line segments. Okay, like this. Then what we get? We will get a polygon. And suppose this capital L is length of this polygon. This capital L is equal to summation of mod of zk minus 1. K varies from 1 to n, and this mod of zk minus 1 is a length of line segment. So what is capital L? Capital L is actually sum of all these line segments. Okay, right? Now we take supremum of this value. Supremum of this value, and this supremum is taken along all the possible partitions, which comes out as small l. Okay, and if this small l is real, non-negative and finite, means it should not be infinite, it should not be imaginary number. Okay, so if this L, and obviously it is positive. Okay, so if L is less than infinite or L is a non-negative real a finite number, then this curve C is called a rectifiable curve. Okay, so I hope this term is clear now. What is rectifiable curve? Now next is arc. Let gamma be a point set. Gamma is defined as gamma zt is equal to xt plus iota by t. Again, a is less than or equal to t is less than or equal to b, means this gamma is defined over this closed interval ab, where xt and yt are continuous functions of t in the complex plane. Then this gamma represents a continuous arc. Okay, like if we say this diagram, so this z1 to z0 to z1, it is an arc. Similarly, z0 z1 is an arc, z1 to z2 is an arc. This z0 to z2, it is also an arc. Okay, so we are not taking these line segments, we are taking these arcs, part of curve. Okay, so this is arc. Now next we see what is Jordan curve, Jordan arc. Okay, and if the arc does not crosses each other at any point, okay, that is z of t1 is not equal to z of t2 if t1 is not equal to t2, means if we are taking two different values of t here, then we will get two different values of z here. Okay, it cannot be same like this. It is not in Jordan arc, it should not be like this. We are taking an arc like this, no? Suppose z1, z2, z3. So this is not an Jordan arc. Okay, so it should not be like this. If the arc does not crosses each other at any point except possibly at endpoints. Why we are taking except possibly at endpoints? Because if the arc is closed, then the initial and end points will coincide each other. That's why we are saying except possibly at end points. Then this arc is called Jordan arc. Okay. Now next is contour. What is contour? Contour is a continuous chain of Jordan arcs. Okay. If the initial and end points coincide each other, then it is called closed contour. Okay. So actually contour is a class of curves over which we integrate any complex valued function. Okay, that is contour. If we take this closed contour like this. So any closed contour divides complex plane into two parts. One is exterior part which is unbounded, and second is interior part, another is interior part which is bounded. Okay, so it is contour. And in next lecture we'll see about Cauchy's integral theorem. So I hope this lecture was useful for you. Please like, share and subscribe, and if you have any query then write in the comment box. Thank you.